Hey, are you still buried in debt? Buried in student loans, consumer debt, credit cards, mortgage payments, car payments? Does it feel like it never is going to get any better? Hi, my name is Matt with Highline Financial Coaching, and we're here to help people build real financial freedom. And part of that is getting out of debt. Part of one of the first things you can do to really succeed with your financial health is to be able to get out of debt. Most people that accumulate wealth, they're never going to have a bunch of consumer debt. They're going to have other types of debt that are going to make them more money. So in this video, we are going to talk about how you can get out of debt quickly. I'm going to tell you a little story of me. This was about 10 years ago. I was sick and tired of living the rat race of being in debt. We had sold our house and had moved from Colorado to Utah. And so overnight we went from not having any debt, or overnight we went from having our house and a lot of other debts to not having any. And I can tell you it was an incredible feeling, but we didn't have anywhere to live. We were in a place while we were staying at my parents' house until we got our house built, and that is never a fun thing to do. So I've got 4 kids and my wife, and it made it difficult to make that transition. So we built a house, got into a house, and got back into debt right overnight. And because of some of the things we had to do to get the financing, we were in debt significantly with credit cards, because we had to put a lot of our home appliances on credit cards, and we had to put things on credit and pay things off to get into the house. So that put us in a rough position. And I thought I was going to do the simple Dave Ramsey plan and do the debt snowball and pay off that smallest debt first and keep working my way up. The thing was, it was so slow and miserable. I took on a second job doing construction, and I wasn't good at construction. I'm good at building things for myself, but I wasn't good for building somebody else's house. And so after falling through a deck and having stitches in my head, I decided that I needed to find a different option. So I found a financial coach and really lit things up when it came to eliminating debt. My wife and I were able to pay off $20,000 in the first couple months, and we were able to pay off that kitchen, the appliances that were in the kitchen, and it was incredible. Instead of just putting these little teeny payments that I was doing with the debt snowball, we did a debt avalanche where we were able to infuse a lot more money into our debt and pay things down and utilize the banking system in our favor instead of the banks manipulating us into paying so much in interest. So one of the things that we deal with in our world today is we all believe that a good interest rate on a mortgage is a good thing. And it is. You're gonna pay less. But when somebody tells you you got a 5% interest rate, that just means that you've got 5% per year. By the time you pay that entire mortgage off, you're going to pay over 100% interest. So keep that in mind when you're buying a house. It's 100% interest or more, not 5%. The banks do that so that you don't see all of the fees and the costs that are associated with that. And a bank gets to use that same money over and over and over and make interest on it. Can you even imagine if you were able to do those same things that a bank can do and be able to make money over and over and over on the same money? That's what banks do with that. So like I said, the debt snowball is an extremely slow way to pay things off. You want to get a debt avalanche. So that's where you're able to infuse credit into it. You're able to utilize different interest rates, because a lot of credit cards are a 30% interest rate. You can find 0%. You can find lines of credit. You can utilize a HELOC on your house to be able to swallow up some of that debt. You could take out a second mortgage. There are so many ways that you can manipulate that interest to your favor. And that's what we coach people to do, is to be able to do that for them and get into a better position. So to pay off debt, you also need extra money. You can't just hope that your debt's going to get paid off. The debt is the debt. You took it out. You whether it's a student loan, whether it's a mortgage or a car, you took it out, and we're going to help you get that paid off. So Now, you may want to find a side hustle. If you're working a job and you're good at something else, sometimes the best side hustles turn into the best jobs down the road. I can tell you, being a financial coach was a side hustle for me for a little while. And then I realized I wanted to turn it into a career because it was so much more enjoyable than working for someone. And I was even a financial coach for another company, and it wasn't even close to as enjoyable as it is now to be able to help people along in that way. And I actually created a goal 10 years ago to create this company to help people weather the storm through financial challenges. So if you can find a side hustle, even if it's only $200 a month right out of the gate, you can also sell stuff on Craigslist, clean out your house, sell stuff. A lot of your junk is going to be a treasure to somebody else. That's a way to increase that income and be able to pay off some other debt. Also automate it. Automate things so that your especially your debt payments, automate them so that they come out on time. Your credit score will go down if you don't pay your debt on time. Make sure that it's being paid a day or two before the due date. Also track the wins. When you track wins, track small wins right away. Track when you pay off $500 of a credit card. Go reward yourself with a small. Go to your favorite restaurant after you've paid those things off. Make sure that you've got little rewards when you get those wins, because that makes it more enjoyable. And also set a goal. Set a goal that you want to pay off your American Express in the next couple months or year, and do everything you can to pay that off. And like I said, make sure you reward yourself when you accomplish those goals. So debt freedom isn't about perfection. You're going to screw up. You're going to have mistakes, and it's okay. You know what? You're not comparing yourself to anybody but yourself. And if you're able to pay those things off and get into a better position, you're going to become more wealthy if you can do that as quick as you can. At Highline Financial Coaching, we help people get there 4 to 5 times quicker than they do on their own, and would love to help you if that's a good option for you. We have multiple programs that'll fit your budget and make it more achievable in the long run to become wealthy and achieve those financial goals. My name is Matt with Highline Financial Coaching. I look forward to hearing from you. Give us your tips and tricks on paying off debt. We love hearing those, and I know our audience would as well. So thank you again. I hope you have a great day.